Wherever You Go, There You Are, by Jon Kabat-Zinn. Picture this. Two Zen monks sitting side by side in meditation. The younger one fidgets a bit, glancing around like he's waiting for something amazing to happen. Finally, he can't help himself and turns to the older monk. The wise old guy looks back with this perfectly peaceful expression and says, "Nothing happens next. This is it. This is it." Does that hit differently? Because here's the thing. How many of us are living like our real life is somewhere else? We're always thinking, once I finish school, once I land that dream job, once I meet the one, once I finally move to that perfect city, then I'll be happy. Then everything will click into place. We're running on this endless treadmill, chasing a future that keeps moving further away, or we're stuck replaying a past we can't rewind. We treat today like it's just a dress rehearsal for some big performance that never actually comes. And while we're busy running around, we completely miss the only thing that's actually real, right now, this very moment. The book we're diving into today is basically a gentle rebellion against all that chaos. It's called Wherever You Go, There You Are, and it's written by this fascinating guy, Dr. Jon Kabat-Zinn. This book has sold millions of copies worldwide, and not because it's peddling some complicated success formula. No, it's become a phenomenon because it offers something way more valuable, a roadmap back to yourself. Jon Kabat-Zinn isn't some mystical monk living in a cave somewhere. He's got a PhD from MIT and founded this groundbreaking stress reduction clinic at the University of Massachusetts Medical School. What he did was take this ancient Buddhist practice called mindfulness, strip away all the religious stuff, and bring it straight into modern medicine. He's helped thousands of people deal with stress, pain, and illness, just by teaching them how to use their own minds differently. And his whole message is captured in that beautifully simple title, Wherever You Go, There You Are. You can't run from yourself. That peace you're desperately searching for? It's not waiting for you in some other place or time. It's right here. So here's what I'm promising you. By the time we're done, you're going to understand this simple but powerful secret that wise people have known for thousands of years. It's the secret to getting off that exhausting hamster wheel of modern life and finding real, lasting peace. Not by changing everything around you, but by learning how to actually show up in the life you already have. Let's jump in. Imagine you're walking through life in a dream. It's super convincing. You've got places to be, things to check off your list, people to meet. There are happy moments and frustrating ones. But underneath it all, you're not really awake. You're on autopilot, driven by habits and thoughts you don't even notice. You're eating breakfast while scrolling through your phone, your mind already at work. You're having coffee with a friend, but you're only half listening because you're already planning what you're going to say next. This, according to Kabat-Zinn, is how most of us live most of the time. He calls it mindlessness. It's like sleepwalking through your own life, so lost in the fog of your thoughts, worrying about tomorrow, replaying yesterday, that you're never fully here for any of it. We're like robots, just reacting to whatever happens, often driven by fears and insecurities we don't even recognize. Days blur into months, months blur into years, and we barely notice any of it. But what if you could wake up? That's where mindfulness comes in. And the definition is beautifully straightforward. Mindfulness means paying attention in a particular way, on purpose, in the present moment, and without judgment. Let's unpack that, because each part matters. On purpose means this isn't passive daydreaming. You're actively choosing to pay attention. In the present moment means right now, not yesterday, not tomorrow, because this moment is literally the only moment you'll ever actually live in. And without judgment. This is the tricky one. It means seeing things as they are, without your mind constantly labeling everything as good or bad, right or wrong, like or dislike. Here's the thing. Mindfulness isn't some weird mystical practice. It's not about becoming emotionless or spacing out. It's simply about being yourself and actually knowing who that is, It's the art of conscious living. But how do you actually do this when your mind feels like a waterfall of thoughts, worries, and plans? Kabat-Zinn introduces us to our most reliable companion, your breath. It's always with you from birth to death, and yet we almost never notice it. Your breath is like an anchor to the present moment. When you catch your mind wandering into the past or racing into the future, you can always come back to the simple sensation of breathing in and breathing out. That's it. Not thinking about breathing, but feeling it. It takes zero time, just a shift in attention. And in that simple shift, you step out of the dream and into reality. You wake up, even if just for a second. This brings us to one of the most mind-bending ideas in the whole book, non-doing. We're obsessed with doing stuff. We're human doings, not human beings. Our worth gets measured by productivity, accomplishments, how busy we are. Just sitting there doing nothing seems lazy, right? Maybe even wrong. We've all heard, don't just sit there, do something. Kabat-Zinn flips this completely. Don't just do something, sit there. But non-doing isn't the same as doing nothing. It's not vegging out in front of Netflix. It's a conscious, deliberate shift from doing mode into being mode. It's setting aside time to simply be present, with no agenda, no goal, nothing to fix. He tells the story of Henry David Thoreau, who would sit in the sunny doorway of his cabin at Walden Pond for hours, from sunrise to noon, just observing. Thoreau wrote, "I grew in those seasons like corn in the night, and they were far better than any work of the hands would have been." This is what meditation is really about. It's probably the only human activity where the goal isn't to improve yourself or get somewhere else. It's simply to realize where you already are. We're so programmed for results. We meditate to feel more relaxed, to reduce stress, to become better, but these are all traps. If you sit down expecting some special feeling, you'll inevitably be disappointed and think, "I'm terrible at this." Kabat-Zinn says that from the meditation perspective, every moment is special. The boredom is special. The frustration is special. That annoying itch on your nose is special. The goal isn't to get rid of these things. It's to be present for them. The best way to get somewhere is to let go of trying to get anywhere at all. Now, this all sounds pretty simple, but as the book reminds us, it's simple but not easy. Why? Because the forces of habit and unconsciousness are incredibly powerful. Our minds are like wild horses, constantly dragging us in 1,000 directions. Cultivating mindfulness takes effort, discipline, and real commitment. To help with this, Kabat-Zinn introduces core attitudes that create the right conditions for mindfulness to grow. You don't force these attitudes. You cultivate them, gently, over time. First up is patience. Patience is wisdom. It's understanding that things unfold in their own time. You can't rush the seasons. You can't force a flower to bloom. Same with yourself. You can't force yourself to be calm or enlightened. You just let your life unfold, moment by moment. When you feel impatient, look underneath it and you'll often find a subtle anger, the feeling that things should be different than they are. Patience is gently accepting that things are exactly as they are. Next is non-judging. Our minds are constantly evaluating everything. I like this, I hate that. This is good, this is terrible. This judging mind dominates our experience and weighs us down. In meditation, we don't try to stop judging. That would just be more judging. Instead, we learn to see our judgments as just thoughts. We notice them, but we don't have to believe them or get swept away by them. We step back and witness them, creating breathing room between our thoughts and ourselves. Then there's letting go. This phrase has been beaten to death, but the power is real. Letting go doesn't mean being passive or giving up. It means loosening your grip on your ideas, your desires, your expectations. We mentally clench onto things, getting stuck in our own narrow views. To let go is like opening your fist and releasing something you've been squeezing. It's a conscious choice to allow things to be as they are, without fighting or struggling. Finally, there's trust. This might be the most fundamental one. It's about cultivating trust in yourself and your own feelings and your own wisdom. We're constantly looking outside ourselves for answers, for authority. We trust experts, we trust gurus, but we don't trust ourselves. Mindfulness practice teaches you that you're already the world's leading expert on your own life. You have all the information you need right in front of you. You just need to listen carefully to your own body, heart, and mind, and trust what you hear. With these attitudes as our foundation, we can explore the actual meditation practices. The book outlines several forms, each one a different doorway into the present moment. The most common is sitting meditation. When you sit to meditate, your posture itself becomes the meditation. An upright spine embodies wakefulness and self-respect. Kabat-Zinn suggests this powerful visualization, the mountain meditation. Imagine yourself as a mountain. Your head is the peak. Your shoulders are the slopes. Your legs are the solid base rooted in the earth. The mountain sits, completely stable, through all kinds of weather. Brilliant sunshine, dark clouds, violent storms. Similarly, you can learn to sit with the changing weather of your own mind, your thoughts, emotions, storms of anxiety or anger, and remain stable, grounded, and present through it all. But meditation isn't just about sitting still. There's also walking meditation. Here, your attention focuses on the act of walking itself. You feel your feet touching the ground, your body moving through space. You're not walking to get anywhere. You're just walking. This practice powerfully brings mindfulness into movement, experiencing stillness in motion. There's lying down meditation, often practiced as a body scan. You systematically move your attention through your entire body, from your toes to the top of your head, bringing gentle, accepting awareness to each part. It's a profound practice of letting go, of allowing your body to feel completely supported. It reminds us we're not just heads on sticks. We inhabit this entire miraculous body. These are formal practices, the dedicated time you set aside each day to cultivate mindfulness. But the real purpose is to let it spill into the rest of your life. This is informal practice. The book is full of beautiful examples. Going upstairs becomes an opportunity for mindfulness. Do you race up your mind already on what's next? Or can you slow down, feel each step, and be fully present? Cleaning the stove becomes a dance. You feel the circular motion of your arm, watch the grime slowly disappear, become completely absorbed in the simple sensory reality of the moment. Taking a shower, eating a meal, answering the phone, every single moment, no matter how ordinary, becomes an invitation to be awake. As poet Gary Snyder, quoted in the book, says, "The round of chores, like wiping noses and washing dishes, is not a set of difficulties we hope to escape from so that we may do our practice. It is our path. As you walk this path, you start seeing the world and yourself differently. You begin noticing the deep interconnectedness of everything." The book shares a charming folktale about a fox who needs his tail back from an old woman. To get it, he must get milk from a cow, who needs grass from the field, which needs water from the stream, and so on, until the entire world is involved in the simple act of restoring the fox's tail. It's a lovely reminder that nothing exists in isolation. Every action has consequences, and we're all part of this vast, intricate web of life. This connects to the concept of karma. Karma isn't some mystical, predetermined destiny. It's simply cause and effect. It's the momentum of our habits. If you practice anger for 40 years, you become an angry person. If you practice distraction, you become a distracted person. Mindfulness, Kabat-Zinn explains, is how you change your karma. When you sit in meditation, you choose not to act on your impulses. You just watch them. You see that a thought of anger can arise and pass away without you having to lash out. An urge to check your phone can arise and pass away without you reaching for it. In that space between impulse and action, you're free. You're breaking the chain of old automatic habits and creating new karma, a new direction for your life based on conscious choice rather than mindless reaction. This mindfulness journey isn't always smooth sailing. The book talks about pitfalls along the path. One of the biggest is the ego's tendency to take credit. You have a good meditation. a moment of deep peace, and suddenly you're thinking, yes, I'm nailing this. I'm becoming an amazing meditator. As soon as that happens, you're no longer meditating. You're selfing, as one teacher calls it, constructing a story about yourself. The practice is to notice this too, without judgment, and remember that meditation isn't about getting anywhere. Another pitfall is using meditation as just another escape route. You can go on all the retreats, read all the books, and talk the talk, but if you're using it to avoid the messiness of your actual life, you're missing the point. The real work, the real transformation happens right here, in the middle of your relationships, your job, your challenges. A powerful example is parenting as practice. Kabat-Zinn shares his own experience of seeing his children as his greatest Zen masters. A baby's cry, a teenager's attitude. These aren't interruptions to your spiritual life. They are your spiritual life. They test your patience, push your buttons, and give you endless opportunities to practice selflessness, compassion, and being fully present. Ultimately, this entire journey leads back to one simple, profound truth, captured in the title itself. We have this romantic idea that if we could just change our circumstances, new job, new partner, new city, then everything would be better. But we forget that we take ourselves with us everywhere. You carry your own mind, your own heart, your own habits. If you're restless in New York, you'll likely be restless in California. The escape you're looking for isn't from a place, it's from yourself. And since you can never escape yourself, the only path to freedom is to turn around and face yourself, right here, right now, to be willing to sit with your life as it is, to let the roughness of your circumstances sand down your own rough edges. Wherever you go, there you are. The question is, will you actually be there? Or will you be lost in a dream? This book is an invitation, with every page and every breath, to wake up and show up. In a world spinning faster and faster, drowning in notifications, endless scrolling, and relentless pressure to be more productive, this book feels less like a self-help guide and more like a quiet act of rebellion. It's rebelling against the cult of busyness. It's rebelling against the myth that happiness is always just around the corner, in the next achievement, the next purchase, the next destination. What strikes me most about Wherever You Go, There You Are is its profound gentleness. It doesn't demand you become someone you're not. It doesn't offer a 5-step plan to perfection. Instead, it invites you to be exactly who you are, right now, and to see that this moment, just as it is complete. The book whispers a radical truth. You're already whole. Your life, with all its messiness and imperfection, is already your path. The most transformative lesson for me is non-doing. We're so conditioned to believe our worth comes from what we accomplish. This book gives us permission to stop. It teaches that there's deep wisdom and nourishment in stillness, in simply being present without an agenda. This isn't laziness. It's reconnecting with a deeper part of ourselves that usually gets drowned out by the noise of our own striving. Another concept that sticks with me is the mountain meditation. Life will always have storms. There will always be chaos, pain, and uncertainty. The image of the mountain, stable, grounded, unwavering through all kinds of weather, is such a powerful anchor. It reminds us we also have an inner core of stillness and strength that's larger than any temporary emotional storm passing through our minds. We can learn to sit like a mountain and let the weather of our lives come and go. So how can you bring this into your life, starting today? You don't need a 10-day silent retreat. The practice begins right here. First, try the 1-minute breath. Just for 60 seconds, stop whatever you're doing. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, and bring your full attention to the feeling of your breath. Feel the air entering your nose, filling your lungs, and the gentle release as it leaves. When your mind wanders, and it will, just gently guide it back to the next breath. That's it. 1 minute of non-doing. You can do it anywhere. It's a tiny island of sanity in a busy day. Second, Practice the mindful chore. Pick one simple, routine thing you do every day: brushing your teeth, washing a dish, walking to your car. For those few minutes, commit to being fully present. Feel the bristles of the brush. Smell the soap. Notice your feet on the pavement. Resist planning your day or replaying a conversation. Just be there, with your senses. You might be amazed at what you discover in something you thought was boring. And third, ask the question. Just once today, pause and ask yourself, am I awake now? You don't need to answer. The question itself is the practice. It's a gentle nudge, a reminder to lift your head from the dream of your thoughts and see the world, and yourself, right in front of you. We've explored this book together today, but listening to a story about a journey is one thing. Taking the steps yourself is entirely different. A summary is like looking at a map, but reading the book is like taking the actual hike. If these ideas spark something in you, I encourage you to grab a copy. The real wisdom isn't in my words, but in the experience you'll have when Kabat-Zinn's words meet your own life. You can find a link in the description below. Also, if you found this journey valuable, please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next exploration into another life-changing book from the billionaire's bookshelf. Let's keep growing together.